Today, I want to talk about rewards and punishments, or if you prefer, consequences. Raising great kids is a privilege and a responsibility. Sometimes our children can't see their own greatness. Sometimes we can't. Other times we can see their greatness but struggle to step up because of our own challenges. We will be discussing the brain science, tools, and techniques that help us raise great kids. Hi. I'm Cynthia Armstrong. I'm a general and special education teacher. I homeschooled my children for 5 years, and what I share are the things that I've learned, I've applied, I've studied, and have found what works and what doesn't work in my personal life, with my family, and in my classroom. Today, I want to talk about a topic that is near and dear to my heart, and that is the rewards. And some people call it punishment, some people call it consequences that we give when children are doing or not doing what we've asked them to do, or the guidelines that we've set up. This is the beginning of the school year for me, and so I get to turn into the principal. These are the rules. If they do what I say, this is how I'm going to reward them, and if they don't, these are their consequences. We use the word consequences and in our school because we do the positive behavioral intervention support type things, and so where we want to catch the children doing good and praise them and reward them and do all those things to get more of those behaviors back. But here's where I kind of run into difficulties with my personal understanding of what benefits children. What is the absence of a reward? It's automatically a punishment. That's a punishment or a consequence right there. So when we look at rewarding for children for doing what we say, for following the school rules, for all of those things, and what we do when we give them an extra consequence, because remember, they already have the consequence of not getting that bribe, that reward, then we give them another one saying, ooh, that's bad. You lose recess. And often they'll do it in odd numbers. There's something about odd numbers that our brain just notices more. And they found out, and they're like improving where the punishment doesn't have to be, or that consequence doesn't have to be, you lose your entire recess. But they give odd numbers now, like 33 seconds and 109 seconds, or odd numbers like that increase. And that's kind of what we do at my school, and I know they do it in many schools. And then in the rewards, they'll do verbal praise. They can earn little prizes and trinkets and, things that are so useful like that at school. Sometimes it's pencils or things that can actually be useful. And then what happens is children truly can begin to lose their internal motivation. I need this because they give me things. At the end of last year, teachers were starting to clean up and take things home if they were moving schools, and a teacher was pulling a wagon, and she had a group of like 3 or 4 teachers walking around her, 3 or 4 students walking around her as she was going out, and one of the children, they say, oh, can I pull that for you, Mrs. S? And so they take the handle. She's like, oh, thank you, and pass off the handle of the wagon she was pulling with her things. And the child, they're going down the hall, and now they're going past me, farther from me, the child goes, does this mean I get a candy because I'm helping you? And so our children lose internal motivation. I'm not helping you because that's, that's a kind thing, or that helps build the society, or things like that. I'm helping you because I know if I help you, then I'm likely to get a reward, a candy, a whatever it is, candy in that case, right? And so they lose that internal motivation. They lose the why for doing things. It's to make my mom happy. It's to make my teacher happy. It's so my dad doesn't get mad, or so my grandparents who are living with me don't get mad. Like we children gain and these ideas of external motivation, and then we solidify it at home because, I mean, that's how our parents did it. That's how the school does it. So that's how it's done. And they just, the children, they just begin to pick up on, oh, this, I need to be this way so that these other people can be happy, so that I can feel, my psychological needs met, my love, my connection, my, which those are the same, just kind of a lower category, connection and love. Um, and, that I feel that I have that in me. Um, and so I need that externally. But then if you think about it, if we teach our children this, that's solidified in their brains before they can think about thinking, uh, and then they get older, and let's say they start dating or they even get married, and I need my husband, or I need my wife, or I need my partner to validate me, to do this, and this, so that I can feel loved. And I have a, a whole thing about the love connections, the way people want to feel love. And the only thing I'm going to say about that is the way people want to feel love from somebody else often has to do with where they feel the deficit. If they were ignored, they got the, I'm going to ignore that behavior, or you don't get anything fun. In our school right now, that's what a lot of teachers say. You get 33 seconds subtracted from a fun activity, or 109 seconds subtracted for a fun activity. And they can get higher numbers as older kiddos, but where I'm right now teaching in kindergarten, they're lower numbers. But it's never just all at once, boom, you lose recess in that positive behavior environment, which again, positive behavior just allows us to to punish by withholding a reward. So I digress, but yeah, children will lose that internal motivation, so that when it becomes external, it affects all areas of our life. I need my spouse to do these things for me so that I can feel that love. I really love that the communication, that I want them to tell me and praise me and do all those things, either because I've been trained to want that externally, or because that's where I felt my deficit. And so our brain can go, that's where I was rewarded for it in the past, or it can be that's what was withheld from me. And so that's what I'm craving. It can go either way because our brain just like makes its own connections like that. So then what do we do instead? If we're not to reward and we're not to give punishments or consequences, then what do we do? How do we help our children? Mostly today, I wanted to talk about that punishment and reward, and how a reward, withholding, is really a punishment. So you can't have rewards without having punishments. For those of you who prefer, well, I'm just going to reward them, I don't do punishments. Any withholding is a punishment. And in my next video, I am going to go more into uh, what that looks like if we don't have rewards. What does that look like when we don't have rewards? So remember, children are great by their very natures. We have that privilege and that responsibility to raise them. And I will see you in the next video. Hi friends, Cynthia Armstrong here. Thanks for joining us today. Please make sure that you subscribe to our channel so you can see when new videos come out, and like this one. It is such a responsibility and a challenge to raise great kids, and we are here to help you along that journey to make it as enjoyable and fun and fulfilling as possible. Please check out our website, www.raisinggreatkids.net, and I will leave that in the description below.